Greetings, Internet, and welcome to Parsing John. Today we're taking a look at John chapter 1, verse 13 of the Vulgate. Previously, we took a look at 11 and 12 together. This is going to be the last verse in this section. So our very next video is going to be taking our Greek text and our Latin text and comparing the two together. All right, so we've got our rubric here for everything we're looking at in our Latin. I think if I scooch it over here, there's going to be, yes, there's plenty of room. All right, so try not to block that too often with my hand, but let's go. Qui non ex sanguinibus neque ex voluntate carnis neque ex voluntate viri sed ex Deo nati sunt. Sorry, I said that one wrong. Voluntate. There we go. All right, so we want to find our verb first and our subject. So as we take a look at this, new verbs. Our verb is all the way at the end. Nati sunt. This is going to be a perfect form because you got the two together, form of sum with what is normally a fourth principal part of a verb. However, this one I believe is a deponent. Nator, nati, or natari, natus, natum, natus sum. Stumbling over that one. So this one is actually going to be deponent, but they go together. And that's going to be unt, so third plural. This tells us it's masculine. We can add that in. Masculine. And it's probably going to be masculine generic. Third plural, masculine, perfect, deponent, and indicative. No special subjunctive clauses going on here. And this one means have been born or were born. Okay? We're going to go with the easier of the two. Were born. This is since it's a perfect, we know that it is a one-time completed action. Otherwise, we would probably find a imperfect passive, or really the imperfect opponent version of this verb if it was talking about a continuing action. Probably should have said something along those lines for the Greek video too. But anyway, moving on. So we know we want a third. We want a plural subject, so we take a look at the beginning. We've got qui right there. This is a long I, so this is going to be nominative, either singular or plural. We know the verb is plural, so we know that this one should be plural. What we want doesn't matter, not at all. And it's going to be masculine, again, probably generic. Who were born, and then we got our first clause here, not an adverb. Ex sanguinibus, neque introduces a new clause. The prepositional phrase ends there. This preposition takes the ablative. Ibus here is clearly an ablative ending of the plural in either the third or fourth declensions. This is a third declension. Plural and neuter. This means from blood. Probably in reference to family line or something along those lines. No pun intended, sorry. This is probably going to be a source with X, as we saw before in this passage. All right, who were born not from the source of blood. We don't have to add source to our translation, of course. Neque means either and not, or nor. I'm going to do nor. Ex voluntate carnis. Carnis is the wrong case to be the object of ex, unless it were a first or second declension noun. And I cannot remember the nominative form of this one. It might just be carnis. Carnis. And this one ends in a short e, which means that it is most likely going to be the object of this preposition. We could check the context out if we wanted to, but this is sufficient data right there to prove it, because why would we have a singular ablative separating the object of a preposition? It doesn't make any sense. So that's going to be ablative, probably say plus that, singular, and voluntatis. This is going to be feminine, third, another source from the will. Carnis is most likely a third genitive, singular, and the gender of this noun I cannot place it for the very same reason that I cannot remember the nominative. It's most likely going to be a neuter noun since it's talking about inanimate flesh, but I could be wrong. So I'm going to leave this as uncertain. You can look that up in a dictionary later if we want to. Masculine, feminine, or neuter, question mark. Of flesh. We got a genitive possession there. Neque nor. Ex voluntate. Sorry, blocking the rubric. This is going to be a repetition of this, so we don't need to parse it again. Viri here, we got a long I, so that's going to make it either nominative plural or genitive singular. We've already got our nominative plural subject, and this is very far away from that one, even though it's pretty close to this one. We're not going to take it as our subject because we don't want it as our subject. It doesn't make much sense for us to have a subject here and a subject here. Besides, its positioning works well for it to own this prepositional phrase. Personally, and my opinion doesn't matter very much, I would have put Viri in here to make it quite clear that Viri is owning that. Avoid confusion. But its placement in the sentence of being so far away from the beginning where a subject normally appears, it is still clear enough for us. So that's genitive, singular, masculine. Repetition of that. From will of man. This is probably in reference to mankind rather than a given singular specific man. We don't have any context to support that it's just a singular man. All right. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. Oh, writing in source. Okay, so as I said in the Greek videos, if you watch the Greek videos, these two words here and their Greek counterparts, at least, cause it can kind of throw a wrench in the ideas that some people have about the idea of free will. These Latin equivalents do the exact same thing, which we'll talk more about later. Volo and the Greek word, slipping my mind, the lema there, they both properly mean will or wish, not desire. If we wanted to say desire, we would have cupiditas or something like that in the Latin. So anyway, something to look into on your own time. Moving on. Sed is a coordinating conjunction. But, ex deo, another prepositional phrase, plus abl, got a long O there. You know this is ablative, singular, masculine, from God, another source. Most likely anyway. Okay, so there we have parsed everything. Let's go through our translation. Who were born, or have been born, not from blood, nor from will of flesh, nor from will of man, but were born from God. Okay, there is the end of verse number 13. We finished off this section. I hope taking a look at these passages has been as useful for you as it has been fun for me. And I hope that you join me in my next video and in the continuing series as we take a look at the next big section of John chapter 1. Also, I promised a Virgil video going through the scanning of the first 11 lines. I'm going to try to have that out in 2 or 3 weeks. Sorry, it's been kind of busy. Anyway, hope you all have a good day, and farewell.